This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Tensions rising down at the Water and Sewage Corporation with the line staff for heightened industrial action. In a letter to Labor Minister Dion Folks, the Bahamas Utility Services and Allied Workers Union President Dwayne Woods announces that the union is scheduling a strike poll on behalf of the bargaining unit on April 17th at the rear of the WSC building on University Drive between the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, there has been an ongoing standoff between the line staff, the managerial union, and the WSC officials, which has led to this formal filing. At issue is the suspension of a WSC employee and claims of employees' telephone conversations being recorded. Peeved employees took matters into their own hands last Tuesday and staged what WSC Executive Chairman Adrian Gibson condemned as an illegal strike and acts of sabotage, both of which the unions have denied. Fast forward to this past Monday, and all sides were locked into a meeting with former Christian Council President Reverend Ramford Patterson and Labor Director John Pinder, serving as mediators. That meeting was followed by another the following day. The union is determined to make the next move with a possible strike. Meantime, Labor Director John Pinder says industrial action is not necessary to solve any issue between WSC union members and the corporation after 2 days of what he termed productive meetings with both sides.
I don't think that the type of issue we're dealing with isn't one where you need to talk about no striking. Not from my experience in trade unions. Something is parking the entire organization, or there's something fundamentally going wrong with something, then for the most part you probably try to take strike action. But this is something I think is going to be negotiated and worked out in the best interest of both sides.
He admitted, though, that any union has the right to file their industrial action if things are not going in a way pleasing to them. However, following 2 days of talks, Mr. Pinder says 2 of the union's issues were resolved.
The one of the managerial union, that has been resolved. And there were 2 suspensions. One, the suspension was reduced. We were able to convince the management team to reduce the suspension on one of the individuals. The other one that was on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation, he should return to work between, I guess, tomorrow, something like that. The industrial agreement will allow for 20 days suspension. I think he's been off 15, 16 days now, something like that.
Despite this, it seems talks between both sides are at a crossroads. Housing Minister Ramal Ferreira's claims that the previous administration overflated housing prices, triggering a response from ex-Bahamas Mortgage Corporation Chairman Alex Storr, who dismissed such comments as nonsensical, erroneous, and baseless. Mr. Storr also hit back with the suggestion that the minister get a handle on his ministry and tackle pertinent issues like the homes in Queens Park subdivision that lay vacant after being completed over a year ago. His failure to publicly comment on the firing of several experienced executives at the BMC and the millions of dollars in revenue shortfall the corporation will face due to a shift in the government's housing policy. The latter, he reasons, will severely hamper the BMC's ability to service upcoming due bonds without the help of an already overburdened treasury. And this, most likely, he added, will mean more government borrowing. The government has gotten out of the business of building homes and has instead opted to provide service lots in designated areas at a reduced cost. A request for proposal issued for the monetization of the Bahamas airspace, this after bidding closed on March 31st. Here's the update Aviation Minister Dionisio de Aguilar shared with reporters.
And I believe the proposals are being open today, so we will then start the evaluation process and then take it from there.
The idea of the Bahamas controlling its own airspace was started under the Christie administration, having determined that the country was missing out on some tens of millions of dollars annually in overflight fees. And our final story's up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.